From Maplewood Field at Malden Catholic High School in Malden, Mass., this is Lexington Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Tonight, it's the Blue Sox with a record of 9-4-1, visiting the Andre Chiefs with a record of 11-3. Good evening, everybody. I'm Sam Fieldy, ready to bring you the play-by-play story. As the Blue Sox and Chiefs meet for the third time this season, but assuming it gets completed, this won't be the second official result thus far this season. As the last time the Blue Sox and Chiefs met was at Lexington High in that suspended game due to the sprinklers going off after the Chiefs staged a 3-run rally in the top of the 7th to take a 4-2 lead. We will not be completing that game tonight. We will complete that when the Chiefs visit the Blue Sox in about a week and a half or in a couple of weeks. Tonight's just one game, and with the Blue Sox in their navy blue jerseys with Blue Sox and white script and red and white and blue pinwheel caps and white pants, and the Chiefs in their second black jerseys with Chiefs and Cardinal script and white numbers. And it's Wednesday night. I was talking to Chuck Andres, like, you know, they just go by who don't really go by a rotation. They just go by days of the week for who's the pitcher. And Wednesday night, it's Jared Freni night. And what more can you say about Jared Freni? All-time Chiefs franchise leader in strikeouts, 4 no-hitters over his career, went undefeated in 2013 to win the top pitcher and ICL MVP awards. And he's not as invincible as he has been in years past, but he's still very, very good. Freni enters play 4-2 with a 1.96 ERA, which is human by his standards. In 35 2/3 innings, he's allowed 17 hits, 15 runs, 10 of which are earned, walked 17. He's actually walked more than he's allowed hits, and struck out 62. Of course, you would expect astronomical strikeout numbers from Freni, but that is actually, if he keeps that pace up, that will actually be a career high in strikeouts per innings pitch for a full season at which stands at 1.74 right now. He averaged 1.95 strikeouts per innings pitched last year, but he only pitched 20 innings and only pitched 5 games. He missed much of last season with a knee injury, and he's already eclipsed the games played and innings pitched totals halfway through the season. We'll get you the Blue Sox lineup in a little bit. We can tell you the Andre Chiefs lineup, and it will be Tony Serino leading things off in center field, followed by Shane Stand at second. Johnny Welch is at third. Mike Gedman is in right. Pete Copa is at first. Mike Andre is the DH. Nate Witkowski is at short. Mike Burgoyne is in left. And Nick Leva rounds out the lineup behind the plate. Again, we'll get you the Blue Sox lineup as soon as we receive a copy, but I was talking to folks before the games, like, you know, I was in Vegas last month, and it didn't feel as hot out there as it did today, even though it was in the 110s in Vegas. And it looks like we have a Blue Sox lineup now. May I borrow that for a second, Bruce? Thank you. All right, so here's the Blue Sox lineup. It will be Jeff Costello leading it off in right field, followed by Dorian Rojas at first. Ross Curley is at short. Julian Alvarez is in left. Dan Graham is the DH. Alex Wojcik is behind the plate. Raimundo Gomez is going to start in center field, and then Taylor Ferguson will take over in that slot. Jake Wilsey is at second, and Thomas Russo will round out the lineup at third base. On the mound for the Blue Sox tonight, Ryan Filipowicz. This will be his second straight game pitched for the Blue Sox, as they last played Thursday at Watertown. And Flip, 2-0 with a .875 ERA with 1 save in 16 innings. He's allowed 10 hits, 2 earned runs, 2 walks, and 12 strikeouts. Last pitch on Watertown, the 12th, got the win in 6 innings, allowing 2 hits and no runs as part of that 9-0 shutout victory for the Blue Sox. Rick DeAngelis going over the ground rules with the umpires, and you look at Freni's numbers over the years, and it's amazing how he is able to dominate the Intercity League when he pitches in a park like Maplewood, a park where which is like the epitome of the hitters park rather, in the Intercity League. It's 345 down the lines and 335 to dead center. That is just smash one up the middle. You've got enough power hitters in this league to drive one out to deep center, deep quote unquote center, routinely, especially when you got guys like Johnny Welch and Mike Andre and Pete Copa in the lineup. But Freni hasn't really been tattooed himself in his career. Like I say, he's been comparatively human this year. Already taken 2 losses, 4-2, with an ERA approaching 2. Of course, most pitchers would kill for those numbers. So, ground rules have been gone over, and the manager's saying their last words of encouragement before their teams take the field. Take this time to let you know that advertising opportunities are available on Local Sports Productions. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So the Chiefs take the field, led by the incomparable Jared Freni. Like I say, every superlative you can think of for a pitcher in the Intercity League applies to the big right-hander from UMass Amherst. Jared Freni with the electric fastball, low to mid-90s. I was talking to Alex Wojcik before the games, though, he's saying, a lot of the guys in this league didn't face 90-mile, low to mid-90s regularly in their baseball careers up until this point. Wojcik and Thomas Russo as well, some of the few lone exceptions. When you play Division I baseball like Wojcik and Russo have, you'll see guys who throw as hard as Freni does. And that loud pop you just heard was a wild pitch by Freni hitting the new wooden backboard against the bottom of the backstop. And good thing it's there, because that would have ticketed right for my ankle, and I could have had a splintered shin or something, given how hard that man throws. So here is Jeff Costello to lead things off for the Blue Sox. Costello, in his first season with the Blue Sox, leading the ICL in hitting at .475. With no homers and 10 RBIs from the leadoff spot. Costello, well, he'll be facing some 90-mile-an-hour throwers next year when he goes to Northeastern. So the first pitch will be fired at 8:21, and it's fouled straight back into the screen. We're underway. Costello, and then Dorian Rojas and Ross Curley to begin the first. That's inside, 1-1. Downstairs, 2-1. This is Freni's first time facing the Blue Sox this year. Last year, he only faced the Blue Sox once, and that was in Game 3 of the ICL Championship Series. Low, and it skips away from Leva, 3-1. Upstairs, a 5-pitch walk worked by Costello to begin the ball game. And like I said, Freni has allowed as many walks as he has hits. I misspoke when I said he had more walks than hits. He's allowed as many walks as hits entering this game. He's now up to 18 walks allowed this season. Here is Dorian Rojas, first baseman. Squares to bunt, pulls back, and it's a strike. 0-1. It's another first pitch strike by Freni. Now can he get the batter? This is chopped down the third baseline into Rick DeAngelis' lap. 0-2. The pitch, runner goes. The pitch is into left center field, and this will be caught for the out by the left fielder, Burgoyne, one down. Before that, Rojas was batting .375 with 6 RBIs. So here's Ross Curley, back after getting plunked by a pitch and having to leave the game against Watertown, as we have a bit of confusion. Jeff Costello's just been called out? Jeff Costello is out. I'm not sure I saw what happened. So 2 out and the base is empty then. They pulled a hidden ball trick or something? 0-1. Breaking ball misses upstairs, 1-1. We're going to have to find out what happened here. Ross batting .192 with 5 RBIs. On the outside corner, 1-2. Well, what a break that is for the Chiefs. We've got to find out what exactly happened, as that is just outside, 2-2. Breaking ball chopped over the Chiefs' dugout. Still 2-2. Ross steps out of the box. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a pitch downstairs. Leva corrals it, fires onto first, and in time to complete the strikeout. So no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And after half an inning, it is the Blue Sox nothing and the Chiefs coming up. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. So the ruling on the play that Jeff Costello was retired on, he advanced to second on that fly ball, and once it was caught, he didn't touch second again on the way back, and that's why he was out. So, tough break there for Jeff. And Ryan Filipowicz will take to the mound for the Blue Sox. The defensive alignment for the Blue Sox, left to right in the outfield, Alvarez, Gomez, and Costello. Third to first in the infield, Russo, Curley, Wilsey, and Rojas, and Wojtek catching Filipowicz. Once we have one out in the inning, Raymundo Gomez will come off the field and Taylor Ferguson will take over in center. So flip to deal to Tony Serino, and the pitch is down and in for ball one. And time is called, and actually going to do it after one pitch. So Gomez comes off, and Ferguson comes on. Serino batting .371 with 4 RBIs. He's drawn 13 walks. And he chops this one up the middle, and it will be out of the reach of Curley into center field for a base hit. So Serino, with his team-high 14th hit of the season, breaking a tie with Mike Andre and Matt Nuzzo for the high in that category. That'll bring up Shane Stand, the second baseman. Stand is batting .389 with 4 RBIs, 7 hits, and 18 at-bats in 8 games. And flip misses for ball one. Down and away, 2-0. Serino can run, but he's only 2 for 3 in stolen base attempts this season. In fact, the Chiefs as a team have a league-low 7 stolen bases as a team. Popped into the screen, foul, and it's 2-1. Filipowicz comes set, and the 2-1 popped into the overhang, and it gets through the screen and behind the backstop for strike 2. The 2-2 will have to wait, as throwing over to first is Flip, and back safely without a tag is Serino. Breaking ball waited on and popped into the screen again by Stand. Another foul ball by Stand. Making Flip sweat out there. And a throw over to first, and Serino back standing. I mentioned Serino can run. His career high in stolen bases was 2 years ago with 11 in 12 attempts. As another foul ball by Stand, and we will see an 8th pitch. Serino is a career 34 out of 42 in stolen bases. Chop down the third baseline and foul again. Well, even if Stan doesn't get anything out of this at-bat, he's definitely going to get a victory here in the long term as it runs up Flip's pitch count. Pitch number 9 of the at-bat upcoming. And he fouls it off again. I don't think I haven't seen many at-bats this season this long. As this is in the left field, and Alvarez will make the catch for the out. So the 10th pitch of the at-bat is the one that finally does him in. And there's one down. So that'll bring up the power-hitting Johnny Welch, the third baseman. As Flip misses inside for ball one. Welch batting .280 with 1 homer and 7 RBIs. And he skies this one to left center field, and making the catch coming forward is Ferguson. He'll fire back to first, and they do not get Sereno in time. So Sereno back safely, and there's 2 down for the another power hitter, Mike Gedman. I was going to say about Welch. You remember 3 years ago he had he had an insane season, 8 homers and 32 RBIs, an OPS of 1357, en route to the ICL MVP award. Throw over to first, and Sereno's back safely. Of course, that season was rivaled the next year by Mike Hart of the Blue Sox. Down the left field line, and chasing is Alvarez, but it's foul for strike one. Mike Gedman batting .214 in limited action with 1 homer and 3 RBIs. Gedman missed all of last year with an injury. Misses inside, does Flip, and it's 1-1 to the left-handed hitting Gedman. Upstairs, and it's 2-1. Big cut and a miss by Gedman. It's 2-2. Gedman hit a big home run in the championship clincher against the Blue Sox in 2014. It was a solo shot in Game 5. And he skies this one to left center field. Back goes Ferguson, back goes Alvarez, and Alvarez reaches up to make the catch for the out that retires the side. So, no runs, a hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And after 1 complete, Blue Sox nothing, Chiefs nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want local sports productions to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. "14 pitches in the first inning, only 8 for strikes for Jared Freni. Had the leadoff walk, but then Costello was retired after missing second base on his way back to first on that fly out to left. So it'll be the middle third of the order coming up for the Blue Sox: Julian Alvarez, Dan Graham, and Alex Wojcik. Alvarez batting .258 with 5 RBIs. And that is low for ball 1. On the inside corner for strike 1 to even the count. Alvarez a power hitter. He'd love to take one to deep center. That short center field fence, as that is at the knees for strike 2. On the outside corner for strike 3, froze him with a fastball, and that is the second strikeout for Freni. And there's one down. That'll bring up the veteran Dan Graham. Graham is playing in his 4th game. He's batting 1 for 6 with a double, no RBIs. And Freni misses for ball 1. Graham has, however, scored 3 runs. Takes a big cut and a miss, 1-1. In there for strike 2, 1-2. Freni working quickly here. Back at it again, the pitch. Fouled into the screen. Freni pitched his 4th career no-hitter earlier this season. That was against the Melrose Americans on June 14th. And his season high in strikeouts, 16 in one game against Somerville. Up and away, 2-2. This is into right field. Back goes Gedman to the wall. And he can't make the catch. It's against the wall. Graham is on his way to third. And he's going to have a triple. So how about that? A triple for Dan Graham. And the Blue Sox have a runner in scoring position with 1 out for Alex Wojtek. Wojtek batting .292 with 1 homer and 6 RBIs. And he takes up and in ball 1. Wojtek picked up his first RBIs in almost a month in the last game against Watertown, as that misses outside, 2-0. His 6 RBIs have come in only 3 games out of the 11 he's played. Swing and a miss, got him with an off-speed pitch there, and it's 2-1. He had the homer and 3 RBIs against Somerville on June 8th, and had 1 RBI on June 18th against Reading, then the 2 against Watertown last week. Little blooper into foul territory, and making the catch on the run is the first baseman Copa, and there's a big out, number 2, as Graham holds at third. So it'll be up to Taylor Ferguson to try and bring home the first run of the ball game. Ferg batting .294 with 1 homer and 3 RBIs. And he's looking for his first RBI in over a month. His last RBI coming against Arlington on June 15th. As that's upstairs for ball 1. Like Wojtek before him, he had a homer and a couple RBIs against Somerville in that game on June 8th. Upstairs, 2-0 again. And it's been a first pitch ball to all 4 hitters this inning for Jared Freni. Hasn't hurt him yet. Down and away, 3-0 with Jake Wilsey on deck. Graham at third after the 1-out triple. Fouled into the screen, and it's 3-1. So both of Graham's hits this year have been for extra bases. A double and now a triple. The 3-1 from Freni. Swing and a miss. Full count. Now he's 1 strike away from stranding Graham at third. Jake Wilsey, the number 8 hitter, does not represent any relief on deck. Foul tipped into the mitt for strike 3. And in true Jared Freni fashion, he gets out of the jam with a fastball. So no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And after 1.5, it is the Blue Sox nothing and the Chiefs nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow Local Sports Productions on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Pete Copa to lead things off for the Chiefs here in the bottom of the second. 5, 6, and 7 due up. Flip back to work, and he misses low for ball 1. Copa leading the Chiefs in batting average at .414 with 1 homer and 9 RBIs, and he takes strike 1 to even the count. He has 12 hits, 11 of which are singles, and then the 1 home run. No other extra base hits. And he bloops this one on the infield. It'll be cut off by nobody. It dies between Filipowicz, Russo, and Curley for an infield hit. So for the second straight inning, it's a leadoff single for the Chiefs. And that'll bring up Mike Andre, the designated hitter, batting .382 with 9 RBIs. As that's down and in, gets away from Wojtek, and that hit him. Looks like that hit him. So first and second, nobody out. So quickly, that'll bring up Nate Witkowski with a runner in scoring position and nobody out. For Andre, that's the second time he's been hit by a pitch. Witkowski batting .205 with 5 RBIs, and he swings and misses for strike 1. For Flip, that's the first time he's hit a batter this season. And trying to get a bunt down, and the question is, do you foul it off, or is that going to be a wild... looks like it's going to be a wild pitch as it got away from Wojtek. I think Wojtek's trying to argue that he fouled it off, but to no avail, and it's going to be a wild pitch in second and third. Nobody out, but an 0-2 count to Witkowski. Just missed outside, 1-2. First wild pitch of the season charged to Flip. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And there's out number 1. As now that'll bring up Mike Burgoyne, the left fielder. Burgoyne's a speedster. Breaking ball misses up and in for ball 1. Burgoyne batting .235 this season. As Flip misses with a two-seamer, 2-0. Wonder if this is going to be the intentional walk to get to Nick Leva, who's on deck. Foul tipped into the mitt, and it's 2-1. Burgoyne has 6 RBIs and 2 doubles this season. A little pop-up, and it gets into the overhang, and it's 2-2. That overhang cuts almost directly above home plate, so that takes away a lot of possibilities for foul pop-ups for the first baseman like Rojas. The 2-2, here it is. Broken back grounder down the third base line. They will come home with it, and he is out! Thomas Russo gets the put out at home, 5-2. Everybody else is safe, so it's first and third, 2 out, and no run scores. Correction, first and second, my bad, as Andre did not advance. So that'll bring up Nick Leva. The veteran catcher who's batting .300, but with no RBIs, 3 for 10 this season. Looking for a big hit here. Runner goes from first, and they've got Andre in a hot box, and he will be tagged out, and the inning is over. So Burgoyne ran from first. Andre was confused, and then Wojtek cocked to fire to second, then saw Andre in no man's land at third, looking between second and third, looking bewildered, and Russo just tagged him out. So Wojtek returns the favor to Russo for a 2-5 caught stealing that ends the inning. After 2 complete, Blue Sox nothing, Chiefs nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at @BlueSox_ICL. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, 2 men left for the Chiefs. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 man left for the Blue Sox as we enter inning number 3. Jake Wilsey, welcome to the ICL, kid. You get to face Jared Freni. And the first pitch to the second baseman is up and away for ball 1. Wilsey, the prospect out of Tulane and the Rivers School. Told you about how he's been nicknamed the Tiger Slayer at Tulane, as that's upstairs 2-0. Wilsey, 625 with 2 RBIs, 5 for 8. And this now is 4th game with the Blue Sox. And he fouls that one into the screen above the Blue Sox dugout down the first base line for strike 1. 37 pitches through 2+ for Freni. Swing and a miss at a changeup there, and it's 2-2. You know, when you've got a dominant fastball like Freni does, you feel like you got to sit on it all the time. Then he drops that on you. Wilsey, then Russo and Jeff Costello do up here in the top of the 3rd. The 2-2 popped into the overhang. So a triple is the only hit for the Blue Sox thus far, and it was off the bat of Dan Graham to right field last inning. That was with 1 out, but the next 2 hitters couldn't get him home. Breaking ball misses up and in, and it's a full count. Tried to front door it, and it slipped out of his hands early. Payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Compensated by going down in the zone and got Wilsey fishing for the 4th strikeout for Freni. 1 down, that'll bring up Thomas Russo. Russo batting .406 with 2 RBIs and 4 doubles. He leads the Blue Sox in the doubles category. And Freni misses inside for ball 1. And Russo fouls that one over the Chiefs' dugout, and it's 1-1. Third baseman in, and the pitch fouled into the screen again, 1-2. There's a residential neighborhood here around Malden Catholic, and you got houses behind the bushes here that along the perimeter of the field. The 1-2, here it is. Into left field, over Welch and down the left field line for a base hit. Russo will take a wide turn at first and now scamper back with a single. You know, when you throw it as hard as Freni does, you're going to get some solid contact when they do make contact, and that was an example of Russo going the other way there, over the leaping Welch. So the lineup turns over for Jeff Costello, who worked a leadoff walk but was retired after failing to touch second, getting back to first on a fly ball. And Costello is late on that one as he fouls it the other way for strike 1. Russo 2 for 2 in stolen bases this season. And this is fouled away, and it's 0-2. Team leader is the man at bat in that category, Costello, with 8 in 8 attempts. In fact, the Blue Sox as a team are 17 out of 19 in stolen bases. Much better totals than the last couple of years. Breaking ball misses upstairs, and it's 1-2. You know, that's one of those things when a breaking ball is up like that, and like, you know, you want to sit back and crush it when it breaks down over the plate, but you got to make sure it's going to break that low first of all. Russo runs, the pitch is grounded to flared to the left side rather, and into left field for a base hit. Russo holds it second, and the Blue Sox have first and second, 1 out. So the third hit of the game for the Blue Sox, Costello's aboard for the second time. That'll bring up Dorian Rojas. Rojas flew out to left his first time up in the first. He's got a chance to put the Blue Sox on the board. Blue Sox with a runner in scoring position and 1 out for the second time in 2 innings, in the last 2 innings, as Rojas takes upstairs ball 1. Rojas had a down year last year in the regular season, but came through in the clutch in the postseason. And he takes strike one, and he can't believe it, as that landed very low, but home plate umpire rules it crossed the plate in time in the strike zone. So 1-1 to Rojas instead of 2-0. The pitch, high fastball swung on miss, 1-2. So Rojas will step out of the box and regroup. Rojas is second on the team in RBIs with 6, looking to add to that total with a base hit here. The pitch, taken up and away, 2-2. Johnny Welch, the third baseman, is not right on the line, but pretty close to it and behind the bag. Rest of the infield playing back. And the pitch, on the outside corner, strike 3, and Rojas knew it. Strikeout number 5 for Freni. 2 down now for Ross Curley. Struck out swinging to end the first. And this is chopped up the middle, and this is going to be not in time on the plate a second, as ranging to his right was Stan, tried to flip it to Witkowski, and he couldn't get it in time. So an infield hit for Ross. And that'll bring up Julian Alvarez with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Alvarez struck out looking to lead off the second. The pitch, up and away, ball 1. Bases full of Blue Sox. The pitch, swing and a miss. He was going for Medford with that one and came up empty. 1-1. Up and away, 2-1. Check swing, but it's on the inside corner, 2-2. Alvarez not happy with the call. Russo at third, Costello at second, Curley at first. 3 singles this inning, bases loaded, 2 out. The pitch. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Alvarez is still not happy with the call. And the Blue Sox leave the bases loaded. 6 strikeouts for Freni. He gets his strikeouts when he needs them, that's for sure. After 2.5, still Blue Sox nothing, Chiefs nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox return to Lexington High to host the Reading Bulldogs. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel. So Nick Leather, who was at the plate when Mike Andre was caught stealing to end the bottom of the second, leads off the bottom of the third. And he takes down and in ball 1. in there for strike one to even the count. Blue Sox had 3 hits last inning and left the bases loaded without scoring a run. And that hit him. Wojtek is saying that was a foul ball. He thought that hit his bat, but no dice, says the home plate umpire. And that's the second hit batsman of the game for Filipowicz. 2 hit batsmen and a wild pitch. And the lineup turns over for Tony Serino. Serino singled, leading off the bottom of the first. Flip comes set, and the pitch, outside ball 1 to the left-handed hitting Serino. Leva not a threat to run at first base. Grounder to short. Curley fields it. Fires to second for 1. On to first. Safe. Serino is pretty fast, so it was the right call, though. So 6-3 on 6-4 rather on the fielder's choice, and Serino and his speed are at first for the second time. So it'll bring up Shane Stand, who flew out to left after a lengthy at-bat against Filipowicz in the first. Took 10 pitches to retire him, as that misses low for ball 1. Serino's a tough turn. There are a couple guys on this Chiefs roster who are a tough turn on double plays, as that's at the knees for strike 1. Mentioned Burgoyne as well. Breaking ball drifted up and away, and Stand flailed at it for strike 2, 1-2. Lined into left field and down for a base hit. So first and second, 1 out for the power hitting Johnny Welch. So Blue Sox and the Chiefs each with an opportunity in the second and third inning to get on the scoreboard first. Both squander their opportunity in the second. Blue Sox couldn't get one across in the top of the third. Let's see if Welch can change that pattern. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. Low for ball 1. Flip comes set, looks at second, and comes home with it. Inside with a 2-seamer, 2-0. Serino at second, Stand at first. Popped up a mile high on the infield. Russo calls for it. The infield fly rule has been called, and Russo drops it, but the infield fly rule was called, and the runners do not advance. So 2 down, and that'll bring up the cleanup man Mike Gedman, who flew out to left to end the first. Slider catches the inside corner for strike 1 to Gedman. Gedman with the open stance from the left side. The pitch fouled into the screen, and it's 0-2. Infield playing back. Center fielder Ferguson a shade towards right. The pitch nearly hit him. 1-2. Would have been the third hit batsman of the game for Filipowicz, and would have loaded the bases for Copa, but the 1-2 down and in. 2-2. Again, Serino at second, Stand at first. The pitch fouled, and they're saying that's they're gonna. They say the home plate umpire rule was strike 3. The Blue Sox are coming off the field. And the Blue Sox are protesting. They say that wasn't a foul ball. I did hear. It sounded like a foul tip into the mitt, and then Wojtek didn't hold on to it. That's what it looked like from here. So if that's the case, and it definitely should be, Gedman still at bat. So 2-2 still. Filipowicz comes set. The pitch. Grounder to the right side, fielded by Wilsey. Fires to first. No harm, no foul as far as the Blue Sox are concerned. The inning is over. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 2 men left. After 3 complete, Blue Sox nothing, Chiefs nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Jared Freni has thrown 60 pitches through the first 3 innings. 37 for strikes. He has 6 strikeouts. So he's about at his strikeouts per inning pace that he's been on all season, which is close to 2. But Blue Sox have been making him work. It's not like he's been breezing through these innings. Here's Dan Graham, who had a 1-out triple in the second. He pitched to him from Freni. Is fouled off for strike 1. The triple is Graham's second hit of the season in 7 at-bats. Looking to bunt, and then he pulls back and watches ball 1. For Graham, as that misses, 2-1, the triple was his first in the regular season since August 3rd, 2015 against Watertown. Swing and a miss, up and in, 2-2. Graham had 3 triples in his MVP season in 2007. Then again, Graham filled up the stat sheet in pretty much every way in 2007, so that shouldn't come as a surprise. 2-2 the count, and Freni delivers. Popped up into the overhang. Remains 2-2. Graham, Wojtek, and Ferguson do up. Just realized I wrote down Taylor Filipowicz in my score sheet when I was filling out the lineup. 2-2. The pitch popped up into the overhang again. This is what the Blue Sox have been doing. They've been making Freni work. You know, 6 strikeouts, no runs allowed. You think he'd been breezing through this 1 through 3 innings, but not exactly. Although the Blue Sox, for their part, haven't been capitalizing on their opportunities. They have 4 hits and have left 4 men. As that is on the outside corner for strike 3 called. 7 Ks now for Freni, and there's 1 down for Alex Wojtek. That's 5 consecutive outs via strikeout for Freni. Here's Wojtek, who popped up to the first baseman in foul territory his first time up, and he swings and misses at an off-speed pitch for strike 1. Breaking ball drops in there for strike 2. Check swing, it's low, they'll appeal, and he did not go, so it's 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Another strikeout for Freni, make it 8. And there's 2 down. See if Taylor Ferguson can put the ball in play. Struck out swinging to end the second. Maybe. Wonder if Freni's now starting to settle into the game. Low for ball 1. He's over the 70 pitch mark. Upstairs, 2-0. Swing and a miss, 2-1. He's been doing a good job of fooling hitters on 2-0 with the off-speed pitch. Misses up and away, ball 3. With Jake Wilsey on deck. A few steps towards right is the center fielder, Sereno. As that's low and in, ball 4. And Ferguson works a 2-out walk. So the inning will continue for Wilsey, who struck out swinging to lead off the third in his first at-bat. Wilsey wears number 27 for the Blue Sox, the number, of course, worn by former Blue Sox great first baseman Tommy Haw. And Freni wants time as he steps off the rubber. Righty against righty. And the pitch. It's a big cut and a miss for strike 1. Freni looking for 3 strikeouts in the inning for the second consecutive inning. Ferguson inching off of first. The pitch. Fastball in the outside corner, strike 2. Gotta wonder what it's like to catch Freni with how hard he throws. 0-2. Runner goes. The pitch is swung on and missed, strike 3. Freni strikes out the side again. 9 strikeouts through 4 innings. No runs, no hits, no errors. 1 man left. After 3 1/2, we're halfway home. It is still the Blue Sox nothing and the Chiefs nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want LSP to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information.
sense on how long his career may be, and then he can start to take some risks. But,
51 pitches through the first 3 innings for Ryan Filipowicz, 31 for strikes. And he will deal with 5, 6, and 7 as that misses down and in to Pete Copa for ball 1, to be followed by Mike Andre and Nate Witkowski. Copa is 1 for 1 with a single. That's also down and in, 2-0. No runs, 3 hits, no errors, 4 men left for the Chiefs. No runs, 4 hits, no errors, 5 men left for the Blue Sox. And that hit him. Another hit batsman for Filipowicz, his 3rd of the game. And it's the 2nd straight inning he's hit the leadoff batter. So here's Mike Andre, who was the 1st hit batsman by Filipowicz in the 2nd. And he smokes this one up the middle, basts the diving Wilsey into center field for a base hit. It's bobbled by the center fielder Ferguson. It gets away from him. On his way home is Copa, and he will score. A brutal misplay by Ferguson puts the Chiefs on the board first. And that's going to bring Rick DeAngelis out to the mound. So no RBI, a single and an E8. Andre is at 2nd. Of all the ways to get our first run of the ball game, given how this game has gone thus far, I did not expect it to be that. So here's Nate Witkowski. Struck out swinging his first time up, and I wouldn't be surprised if he tries to lay one down here. He does not square, and Flip misses inside for ball 1. And you know, with Freni, 1 run may be all he needs. Outside, 2-0. And the Blue Sox bullpen is starting to spring into action. Chopper to the left side in the hole. It's Curley. Double clutches, fires to first. Not in time. An infield single. Holding at second was Andre. So 1st and 2nd, nobody out for Mike Burgoyne. Burgoyne reached on a fielder's choice his first time up. Now he squares, pulls back, and it's a strike. 0-1, and Wojtek tumbled to the turf. Thrown to second, and no advance by the runners. So 0-1 to Burgoyne. And now Russo comes out to have a word, and so does so does Rojas, rather, with Filipowicz. 0-1. Andre at 2nd, Witkowski at 1st. Corner infielders creep in. Burgoyne squares again. Low, ball 1. Burgoyne's a very good hitter. I'm surprised you have the bunt on with him. He squares again, pulls back. It's a strike, throw down to second. Not in time. 1-2, now the bunt will be off for Burgoyne. So 1-2. Rojas still in, and now he backs up a little bit. The pitch. Chopper up the middle. There's only going to be time for one. Curley fires to first in time, so he gets the job done anyway. As it's not a sacrifice, but a G6. Andre to third, Witkowski to second. 2 runners in scoring position with 1 out for Nick Leva. Leva was hit by a pitch leading off the third. Corner infielders in. The entire infield is in, actually, rather. As this is grounded to short, Curley scoops it up, looks at third, fires to first to get the slow-footed Leva for out number 2. So the lineup turns over for Tony Serino, who is 1 for 2, singled in the first, reached on a fielder's choice in the third. As far as the Blue Sox are concerned, if it weren't for that error by Ferguson, they could be out of this inning unscathed, but they've got a good hitter to deal with here in Serino. Serino takes ball 1. Serino 10th in the ICL in batting at 371 entering play tonight. That's low. Wojtek loses sight of it, but it doesn't get far enough away from him for the runners to think about advancing. 2-0 and a hitter's count for the lefty Serino against the righty Filipowicz. Base hit should plate 2 with Burgoyne the speedster at second. In there for strike 1, 2-1. Andre at third, Burgoyne at second. 1 run home on an error. That's on the outside corner, 2-2. And that was Copa scoring from first on that error. Flip comes set. The pitch. Miss just outside, full count. Shane Stand on deck. Time is called by Serino. 3-2. 2 out. 2 on. The pitch. Grounded to the left side and through for a base hit. 1 run scores. Burgoyne waved around third. Alvarez double clutches and Burgoyne will score. It's 3-0 Chiefs. Two RBIs for Serino. His 5th and 6th of the season. Now that'll bring up Shane Stand. All 3 runs of this inning unearned. As that is in there for strike 1. Stand is 1 for 2 with a fly out to left and a single. Breaking ball swung on miss, strike 2. The pitch, grounder to short. It underhands to Wilsey at second for the force that retires the side, but the damage has been done. 3 runs on 3 hits, 1 crucial error, and 1 left. After 4 complete, Chiefs 3, Blue Sox nothing. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to click the subscribe button on the LSP YouTube channel. The Blue Sox have left 5 through the first 4 innings, and Jared Freni is only getting better as the game progresses as Thomas Russo takes up and in for ball 1. Freni has recorded his last 7 outs via strikeout. He has 9 overall. Russo 1 for 1 with a single. He takes inside 2-0. No runs, 4 hits, 1 big error, and 5 men left for the Blue Sox. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and 5 men left for the Chiefs. Russo takes inside 3-0. It'll be Russo, then Costello, and Rojas due up here in the top of the 5th as the Blue Sox look to finally break through against Jared Freni. A 4-pitch walk is a good way to start. That is the second leadoff walk drawn by a Blue Sox batter tonight. Of course, Costello drew a 5-pitch walk in the first, leading off the ball game. Lineup turns over for Costello, who walked and singled thus far. And Freni pumps in a strike, 0-1. Costello's first time facing Freni tonight. Fastball in the outside corner, 0-2. Blue Sox had the bases loaded in the third as a check swing. They'll appeal down to first, and he did not go, so it's ball 1. And a 1-out triple by Graham in the second. They couldn't get him home. They had the bases loaded in the third, couldn't get anybody home. As Costello just barely gets a piece of that one, and in the process gets a piece of Leva. Freni approaching the 90 pitch mark. Number 88 upcoming. And it's up and away, 2-2. As long as he's got 3-0 lead, he's going to stay in there. Grounded to the left side. Welch has it. Fires to second for 1. On to first. The throw will not be made as Russo has an efficient slide there, and it's a fielder's choice. So Costello's now 1 for 2. Russo's retired 5-4. 1 on, 1 out for Dorian Rojas. Rojas is 0 for 2 with a flyout to left and a strikeout looking. So the Blue Sox finally put one in play against Freni for an out as opposed to a strikeout. Costello runs, pitches low, throw down to second is not in time. Not nearly in time. A stolen base for Costello, his team-high 9th. That puts him in a tie with Bobby Lozano of Wakefield for 3rd in the league leaders in stolen bases. Up and away. 2-0. League leader in that category, of course, is Kyle Levine. By his standards, he has a pedestrian 13. Spin back to second, no throw by Freni. Chris Bosco of Reading, second in the ICL in stolen bases, and he's a catcher. 2-0. Check swing on the outside corner, 2-1, and Rojas knew it. 2-1 the count. Blue Sox have another runner in scoring position. Can they get him home, though? He runs for third. The pitch is fouled off. He would have had that one easily if Rojas had taken that or missed it. So 2-2 to Rojas. Ross Curley on deck. The pitch. Blocked. As it's in the turf. Good block by Leva. No advance by Costello. 3-2. Runner goes again. Pitch is swung on, miss. Throw down to third will be held as Rojas swings and misses. And Costello picks up his second stolen base of the inning. So 2 down, runner at third for Ross Curley. And speaking of 10, that's 10 strikeouts in the game for Jared Freni. Here's Ross, who struck out swinging and singled. So now Costello has sole possession of third place in the ICL stolen base leaders, as that's low for ball 1. That's the second time this season that, second time in 2 games actually, right? He did it at Wartown, right? As Curley pops this one foul. Or was that against Melrose? Yeah. So this second time in a week and a half that Costello has stolen 2 bases in 1 inning. The last time was last Monday against Melrose. The 1-1, up and away, 2-1. Big gap up the middle. Ross wants to take advantage of it. He comes up empty there, and it's 2-2. Throw down to third, as Costello was straying off the bag and not in time. Two and two. 2 out, runner at third. The pitch. Into right field and down for a base hit. Ross hit that one at the brim of his helmet and still got it the other way. Costello scores and the Blue Sox are finally on the board. It's 3-1. For Ross, that's RBI number 6 on the season. Ties him with Wojtek and Rojas for second on the team. Runner goes from first. The pitch is grounded to third. Welch has it, fires to first in time, and the side is retired. The Blue Sox get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 1 man left. And after 4.5, Chiefs 3, Blue Sox 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow LSP on the, you can follow the Blue Sox on the web at www.lexingtonbluesox.com, facebook.com/Lexington Blue Sox, and on Twitter and Instagram at BlueSox_ICL. Mrs. Wojtek, to answer your question, when Alex tumbled down the ground there, it was as part of a throw to second, or couldn't get a great glimpse of what exactly happened as the home plate umpire was right in front of me, but Alex is okay, still in the game. And here we go to the bottom of the 5th. Johnny Welch to lead things off for the Chiefs as they look to get that run back. As that is on the outside corner for strike 1. Looked a little outside from here, but it's 0-1 to Welch. Flip still out there. Welch is 0 for 2, flew out to center. He swings and misses at that one, 0 and 2, and popped up to third as part of an infield fly play. 0 and 2 the count. Welch will be followed by Gedman and Copa. Down and away, 1 and 2. Low, 2 and 2. Driven deep to left center, back goes Alvarez, and it is gone! Well, Johnny Welch hit 8 home runs 3 years ago in his MVP season, and anyone with his power would love to play at this field. Like I said, it's the definition of a hitter's park here. That's gone in most ballparks in the ICL anyways, not just Maplewood. Second home run of the season for Johnny Welch and his 8th RBI, and the Chiefs do get that run back. It's now 4-1. And the very next pitch is grounded down the first baseline foul by Mike Gedman for strike 1. Blue Sox bullpen gets back into action. Like Kevin Scanlon is getting loose down there. Is that Scanlon? We're in 14? That's fouled off 0 and 2. Flip working exclusively from the stretch. Down and in, 1 and 2. So I have a feeling it's going to be Flip's last inning. Popped up towards foul territory. Russo straddling the foul line. Now back into fair territory. Makes the catch for out number 1. I don't know. The way that ball took a turn on Russo. If I'm Gedman, I'm running to first anyway just in case he drops that. Here's Pete Copa, who scored the critical first run last inning, as that is in there for strike 1, for being hit by a pitch. Leading off the 4th, he's also singled. On the outside corner, 0 and 2. Next offering from Flip. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. Copa not happy with the call, and he's given the umpire a lot of lip. Chuck Andre there to rein him in, and he's still upset. And it looks like we are going to have a pitching change now, as that'll be all for Ryan Filipowicz. Pitching change coming to you in the bottom of the 5th from Maplewood Field at Malden Catholic. Chiefs 4, Blue Sox 1. This is Blue Sox Baseball on LSP. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox host the Reading Bulldogs. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on YouTube. New pitcher for the Blue Sox is the lefty Kevin Scanlon, and he's been brought in to face the lefty Mike Andre. Andre is one for one as he laces one to left field. Alvarez coming in, and one pitch, one out for Kevin Scanlon, and that ends the inning. So we go to the top of the sixth. It is the Chiefs 4 and the Blue Sox 1. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Advertising opportunities are available on LSP. Get your company's message on air or on localsportsproductions.com for as little as $25 per ad. Visit localsportsproductions.com/advertising or email Sam at localsportsproductions.com for more information. Dan Graham, who is no stranger to big hits in this ballpark, will lead things off against Jared Freni as the Blue Sox are down to their final 6 outs. Graham hit a triple his first time up in the second, struck out looking his last time up in the fourth as he takes ball 1. Freni delivers, as that was a breaking ball in the outside corner to even the count at 1. Graham's home run was, that big home run was in Game 3 of the 2013 ICL Championship Series here at Maplewood. That's upstairs 2-1. After Steve Gath drew ball 4 on what could have been the game-ending strike 3. So that misses high 3-1. Graham came up and belted a go-ahead grand slam to give the Blue Sox the lead. They would eventually, and the series lead 2-1, they would eventually win the series in 5 games. Fouled off, and it's a full count to Graham. Freni winds and delivers. Low, ball 4. And Graham is aboard for the second time. So that's the 4th time the Blue Sox have had the third time the Blue Sox have had a leadoff walk. The other 3 innings, it's been a leadoff strikeout. So we're going to have a pinch hitter for Alex Wojcik as Jeff Vigers will step to the plate. Vigsy wearing number 2 tonight as he takes on the outside corner for strike 1. Came here and he was wearing the wrong navy blue and white jersey. He was wearing the one with the pair of socks on the front. Up and away, 1-1. He pops this one up on the infield. Shortstop Witkowski calling for it. Makes the catch. 1 down. So here's Taylor Ferguson, 0 for 1 with a strikeout and a walk. That's down and away for ball 1. Freni has thrown over 20 pitches in 3 of the first 6 innings, as Ferguson fouls that one off for strike 1 to even the count. He's over the 100 pitch mark. down and away, 2-1. And, you know, Freni is inhuman at times, as this has popped into the overhang, and that's kind of a bailout for Ferguson. That could have stayed in the play and could have been an infield pop-up. But remember, I mentioned Graham's home run in the 2013 Championship Series. The next game, as that's on the outside corner, strike 3 called, and Freni has 11 Ks. Freni pitched a one-hit shutout on 3 days' rest to keep the Chiefs in the series. So fatigue is not usually a factor for Freni. Wilsey trying to avoid the hat trick here. He's 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. And he takes out the knees for strike 1. Blue Sox have had a base runner in every inning, but have left 6 through the first 5. Breaking ball misses upstairs, 1-1. They left the bases loaded in the third. Only just got their first run last inning on an RBI single by Curley, but that was erased as that swung on and missed 1-2 by Welch's leadoff home run in the bottom of the 5th. So 4-1 our scores. We play the top of the 6th. Graham on first, 2 down, and a 1-2 count to Wilsey. Welch, the third baseman, back and close to the line for the right-handed hitting Wilsey. Graham runs. The pitch is outside. Ball 2, and Graham into second. Defensive indifference? And Bruce says we'll give Danny a stolen base, so first steal of the season for Grammer. Breaking ball misses up and away. Full count. Usually you see cases of defensive indifference when it's the last inning of a game, not like this is only the 6th. Low, ball 4. So 2 walks in the inning. First and second, 2 out. And here's Thomas Russo, and here's also Chuck Andre coming out to the mound. There is action in the Chiefs' bullpen. And are the Blue Sox successfully going to chase Jared Freni? Russo does represent the tying run. Five walks allowed by Jared Freni, along with 5 hits. Russo is 1 for 1 with a single and one of those walks. And he swings and misses. Had a good pitch to hit there, but was behind it for strike 1. Outside, 1-1. Graham at second, Wilsey at first. Russo again representing the tying run in a 3-run ball game here in the top of the 6th. On the inside corner at the knees, 1-2. Freni looking for the sign from Leva, comes set. And the pitch into center field, and this will get down for a base hit. Graham being waved around third. The throw to the plate is cut off by Freni. Graham tumbles home head first. It's 4-2. Wilsey holds it second, and now the go-ahead run comes to the plate in the person of Jeff Costello. Costello has reached base all 3 times, walked leading off the ball game, singled in the 3rd, reached on a fielder's choice, and scored last inning. Blue Sox not giving up here against Freni. The pitch misses outside, ball 1. I don't know. Worst pitch has been called a strike tonight, I think. 1-0 to Costello. Wilsey at second, Russo at first. The pitch. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. Two-out walk and a 2-out single. This is smoked down the left field line, but that will get foul. Just out in front of that one. So, 1-2, a loud strike 2 to Costello. And time is called by Costello. Runners taking their leads. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3 and a pitch 2 feet outside. And Costello not happy with himself for going after that breaking ball. The side is retired. The Blue Sox get 1 run on 1 hit, but leave 2 men. And after 5 1/2, it is the Chiefs 4 and the Blue Sox 2. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. Want local sports productions to tape or broadcast your team's games? Rates start at just $50 per game. Video broadcasts also available. Visit localsportsproductions.com/services or email sam@localsportsproductions.com for more information. Kevin Scanlon takes the mound again for the bottom of the 6th. And the first pitch to Nate Witkowski is swung on, miss for strike 1. Witkowski is 1 for 2 with a single and a run scored. Scanlon working exclusively from the stretch. This is popped foul and out of play to the right, and it's 0-2. One of the Chiefs players, I was talking to him about how this is a residential neighborhood, but one of the Chiefs players was telling me about a weird delay they had one time here when some people from one of the houses around here were throwing silverware onto the field. 1-2 as that's upstairs. I mean, like, you've heard of, like, fans throwing promotional baseballs onto the field when as this is smoked down the left field line, that will get down fair this time for a base hit. All the way to the wall. On his way to second is Witkowski, and he will get there standing with a double. So a leadoff double for Witkowski, and that'll bring up Mike Burgoyne, and I wonder if he'll be trying to lay one down here like he did his last time up. He was unsuccessful in the sacrifice route, but eventually did ground out to short and get the result he wanted. He does square. Pitch is upstairs. Vigers cocks the fire to first. And no throw. Want to know the count to Burgoyne. He squares again. Misses outside. 2-0. It's 2-0. Burgoyne, like I said, is a good hitter. I suppose he'll try and take a hack here. Scanlon looks at second. The pitch, he is not offering. He swings and misses. 2-1. Not offering with the bunt. He have to take an actual hack there and came up empty. Now Burgoyne bunts again, gets it down in front of the pitcher, goes to first, and no advance by the runner at second, Witkowski. So it's just a simple ground out to the pitcher. One down, that'll bring up Nick Leva. Leva was hit by a pitch in the third and grounded out to short in the fourth. And Leva pops this one up. Vigers makes the catch. So, just like that, 2 down, and the lineup turns over for Tony Serino, who had a big 2-run single his last time up in the fourth. Lefty against lefty, though, this time. As Serino steps out of the box as Scanlon offered, and it missed upstairs, ball 1. Serino 2 for 3. The pitch misses outside. 2-0. Upstairs again. 3-0. Shane Stand is on deck, the second baseman. Serino steps out of the box again, and Scanlon gets a strike in there, 3-1. So now Serino will go to work. Foul tipped, straight back into the screen, full count. Filipowicz worked the first 4 2/3 innings, allowed 4 runs, only one of which was earned, the home run by Welch. Yeah, just 2 strikeouts. This is grounded to short. Curley scoops it up, nearly bobbled it, but fires on to first for the out that retires the side. So it is closing time for the Chiefs. The Blue Sox need 2 to tie. We go to the top of the 7th. It is the Chiefs 4 and the Blue Sox 2. This is Blue Sox baseball on LSP. You can follow Local Sports Productions on the web at www.localsportsproductions.com, facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and on Twitter at LSP37. And be sure to subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. On to get the save for the Andre Chiefs is the left-hander Tim Dunphy, who, along with Jared Freni, was co-ICL Pitcher of the Year in 2014. He will face the 2, 3, and 4 hitters in the Blue Sox lineup, Dorian Rojas, Ross Curley, and Julian Alvarez. Dunphy is making his 5th appearance of the season, is 2-0 with a .98 ERA. And Dorian takes strike 1. Dorian is 0 for 3 with 2 strikeouts. In 14 1/3 innings, Dunphy has allowed 8 hits, 3 runs, 2 of which are earned, as that's down and away 1-1. Walked 3 and struck out 8. On June 19th against the Blue Sox, he worked 1 inning and allowed no hits, but allowed 2 runs, 1 of which was earned. Walked 2 and struck out 1. As this is chopped to the right side, charging is the second baseman Stan, and he can't get it! E4. So an E4. So Dorian is 0 for 4, but he'll take it that way if that's how it's going to be. And here's Ross Curley, who's 2 for 3. 2 singles, 1 of which drove in a run in the 5th. The pitch. Low, ball 1. Levis scoops it up, no advance by Rojas. And Curley grounds this one through the hole in the right side. Rojas will take a turn at second and get back to second. So Ross is 3 for 4. And that brings the go-ahead run to the plate in the person of Julian Alvarez. And he is going to go down to the third base coach's box and see what the drill is with Rick DeAngelis. It's 3 straight righties to face the lefty, Dunphy. After that, you have 2 lefties in Graham and Vigers. And Alvarez takes outside ball 1. Alvarez has been called out on strikes twice, one of which he was less enthused than the other. And he grounds this one down the right field line, foul. That would have easily plated both runs, but unfortunately it just squirted foul. And it's 1-1. One and 1 to Julian. The pitch. Fouled into the screen, and it's 1-2. Corner infielders and middle infielders at double play depth. The pitch. Fouled away. Alvarez 0 for 3. I mentioned he has been called out on strikes twice. Dunphy with a 1-2 again. Here it is. Runner goes from second. This is into left field, and this will be caught by the left fielder. They've got Dorian rung up at second. A big 7-4 double play, and just like that, there's 2 down. What a blow to the Blue Sox there. So it's up to Dan Graham. Lefty against lefty. And the pitch. And that hit him. So Graham is on board for the 3rd time tonight. So first and second again, but with 2 out. and Jeff Vigers. Jeff is 0 for 1, popped up to short his first time up. Looking for his first hit of the season. And he chops this one foul for strike one. Curley at second, Graham at first. The pitch. Fouled off, and the Blue Sox down to their final strike. Vigers in battle mode here. Chiefs looking to go to 2-0 on the season against the Blue Sox. Proof to 12-3. The runners go. Pitches upstairs, and Leva can't fire the ball to either second or third. A double steal. Dan Graham with 2 steals in the game. 1 and 2. The tying run, Graham now in scoring position. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. And the ball game is over. Well, the Blue Sox battled back. They wore down Freni a little bit, but could not capitalize on the opportunity they had earlier, and the big error in the 4th inning ends up being the difference, along with the 2-run single by Tony Serino. That 4th inning proves to be the difference maker in the win for the Chiefs. So in a game that took 1 hour and 48 minutes, the winning pitcher is Jared Freni. He improves to 5-2. The losing pitcher is Ryan Filipowicz. He falls to 2-1. The save goes to Tim Dunphy. It's his first save of the season. The final totals for the Blue Sox: 2 runs, 7 hits, 1 error, and 10 men left. And for the Chiefs, 4 runs, 8 hits, no errors, 1 error rather, and 6 men left. With the win, the Andre Chiefs improved to 12-3, 24 points, and with the loss, the Blue Sox fall to 9-5-1, 19 points. Our player of the game is Jared Freni. 6 innings, allowed 2 runs, and struck out 12 in getting his 5th win of the season. So a tough one for the Blue Sox. They had their opportunities, could not capitalize, and were punished in the 4th inning. And, you know, it's those little things that can win or lose baseball games. But if you're the Blue Sox, look at it this way. They lost all 4 in the regular season to the Chiefs last year, and then swept them in the championship series. So we'll see what happens tomorrow night when the Blue Sox try to get back in the win column against Reading at Lexington High. So, with that said, this has been a presentation of the Lexington Blue Sox in association with Local Sports Production, serving Greater Boston student-athletes since 2011. Copyright 2017, unauthorized redistribution of any portion of this broadcast without the express written permission of the Lexington Blue Sox or Local Sports Productions is strictly prohibited. Coverage of Blue Sox baseball on LSP continues tomorrow night at 7:55 p.m. when the Blue Sox hosts the Reading Bulldogs. Watch or listen live at localsportsproductions.com/live, then stream the game the next day at localsportsproductions.com/on-demand or on the LSP YouTube channel. And be sure to follow Local Sports Productions on the web, Twitter at LSP37, Facebook.com/localsportsproductions, and subscribe to the LSP YouTube channel. Once again, the final score from Maplewood Field at Malden Catholic High School, it is the Andre Chiefs defeating the Lexington Blue Sox 4-2. My name is Sam Feely. Thanks for tuning in.